Hey, hello. My name is Quatechia Renee, and you are watching Quatechia Creates. Hello, besties. In today's video, I will be showing you how you can turn any link into a QR code, and then I'm going to show you how you can use that QR code to bring your business or side hustle. There has been much debate on whether you should or should not brand your work in the craft community. I mean, I'm only one person, but I'm here to say, do you, boo-boo. Do you? Do whatever you feel comfortable doing. But when it comes to branding, I'm gonna brand my work every time. Now I'm gonna show you one of the ways that I choose to brand my work and how I use a QR code to do it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to be using my website, and that's quatechiacreates.com. On this website, I do have a bunch of my ready to ship tumblers, and some of these tumblers are those that were created like on my YouTube channel. If you see anything you like, just be sure to snag it up. I'm trying to clear out some of my inventory, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to be using the link. That was just, a shameless plug because I can. I'm gonna come up here and copy the link. I'm so sorry it was cut off. So now that we have that copied to our keyboard, we are going to come over to a Google browser, and I'm just going to do QR code generator, and I'm going to scroll down to the one that says QR code generator free because we like free. And then I'm going to come down here and select this one. This is my go-to one. The website is qr-code-generator.com if you can remember, but this website is like super easy. You don't have to log in, you don't have to sign up. You can just come to this website, and all you have to do is you can enter the website, text, or drop a file as it says, and I am just going to paste my website link, and I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to generate a QR code. That simple. You are able to choose from different frames over here. You can have the scan me, so we can come over here and play with all of these things. We have the different frames that you can choose. We're gonna go with regular schmegular QR code, and you're gonna simply click on download, and you can see up here that it's saying your QR code is being generated. Please do not refresh or exit. I typically will wait for it to download. So now it's showing me that it has downloaded. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it into Cricut Design Space. So we're gonna come over here and select a new project. Once we've done that, we can come over here and click upload. We're gonna select upload, and we're gonna upload an image. So we're gonna come over here and hit browse. This is the most recent one. We're gonna hit complex for this one just because I always hit complex. No reason in particular as to why. Okay, so we're gonna come up here to our crop tool, and we are going to edit out some of this white space. We're just gonna kind of crop it down closer to the actual image because we don't want that extra white space interfering with our design. We're gonna choose print, then cut image, and you can do an image name. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna come over here and upload. Now we have our most recent QR code. We are going to come over here and add it to our canvas. Once it's come up on our canvas, we are going to choose a text box, and we're gonna be very basic. You know what? I'm not gonna be basic. Let's see. Let's choose Bunny Baby, and we'll see how we like that. Now, for some reason, when I select on the font, it doesn't bring me automatically to my text box. So we're gonna come over here and click in our space, and that's gonna get us out of there. I like to put care instructions on the bottom of my tumblers. I think it is helpful, and it's just another reminder to the customer on how to take care of the product. Hand wash only, do not soap. And we're going to go ahead and size that down so you can see the whole thing. And after careful consideration, I decided to add dry immediately. That's a big thing with epoxy free tumblers. You want to dry them off, especially when they're in that first 30 days of that curing phase. So once we're happy with the instructions that we've typed out in our little text box, we can go up here to the curve option, and we are going to bring it all the way to the end because we want it in a complete circle. So now I am going to kind of spin this around because I'm not quite happy with just the way that the words are oriented. So I'm just going to turn it to how I want it to look. Once I'm happy with the way I have my directions oriented, I'm going to bring my QR code in the center, but I want to stretch it out so that it can fit and look, you know, however I want it. So you can measure yours however big or small you want it to be. I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit more. And then once I have it in the center, I am going to select both of the images, or the SVG and the print and cut, and then I'm going to go up here and hit align. Then I'm going to hit center, and it's going to center the two images together. After that, we are going to select both of the images again, and then we're going to come over here and hit attach. This is going to attach them together. That way when we're moving it, we're not moving it out of place or getting it off centered. Now we're going to come over here and click on shapes. We're going to choose the circle, and then we're going to change our circle to the color white. Next, we're going to stretch our circle out just to get it about the same size as our letters and instructions, and we're actually going to make it bigger because we want our words and our QR code to fit on top of the circle. Next, we are going to bring our instructions over to our circle, and it did go behind it, and because it went behind it, we're going to come up here, click arrange, and we're going to click bring to front. And as you can see, that brings it in front of the circle, and now we're just going to play with these two sizing, or you can just go ahead, select them both, come up here, click align, and hit center again. Now personally, after I did that, I wasn't quite happy with the amount of white that I had visible, so I'm going to take my circle image and shrink it down a bit. Once I'm happy with the amount of white space that is available, kind of like the frame or the borders of it, then I'm going to select them both again and center the two like I did before. Now this next step is pretty optional. However, what I want to do is create an offset around my circle, and to do that, you're simply going to make sure that the circle is selected, and then you're going to come over here, click offset, and you're going to drag your offset to be as big or as thick or as thin as you like it. I'm going to make mine very minimal. It's very close to 0, but as you can see, you definitely get a different look when you have that offset on the circle. So now that I'm happy with this, I am going to select the entire image, and then I'm going to come down here to flatten. This is what is going to create our print then cut image. Now this is one complete image altogether. I am now going to size this image down to about 1.5 inches, and then we're going to duplicate the image. We're just going to make sure that we select the image, and then we're going to come over here and press this duplicate button. After that, I am going to select both of the images and start duplicating with my short keys. So I will be selecting the images and pressing Command D, and then I'm going to select all 4 of the images, and then I'm going to hit Command D again, and then I'll have 8 images, and now we are all done. Now we're going to come over here and click Make It, and you will eventually get to this screen. And because we are using print then cut as opposed to SVG, we're going to go over here and click send to printer. You're going to get this pop-up. I like to take away the bleed. It comes automatically highlighted. I undo that, and then I'll toggle the use system dialog to allow me to have more options as far as the printing settings. Now in this video, we are going to be using transparent printable vinyl. So I'm going to come here and go to media and quality. Now your screen may look different depending on like what type of computer you're using, what type of printer you're using, that type of thing. But I'm going to go and kind of change like the paper that I'm going to be printing on. I don't see anything that says clear printable vinyl, right? So I'm gonna go here and choose glossy because it's, you know, it's kind of glossy. I mean, it's clear. It feels glossy to me. So glossy photo paper is what we're gonna go with, and we're gonna go for the best quality, of course, and hit print. After it's done printing, you are going to allow it enough time to dry. The instructions for this paper suggested that you allow 5 to 10 minutes for it to dry, so I did allow it to dry for about 5 minutes, and then I was ready to cut it using my Cricut maker. Once it's finished drying, you can simply hook your computer up to your Cricut, and then these other options will come up, and you're going to select what type of material you're using. I'm going to choose printable vinyl, see how it works, and I'm going to use default. You could possibly consider, and I probably should have did a little more, but it's just that I'm using some new blades, so I just thought that it would be good enough, but I guess my blades aren't as new as I thought they were. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. For this video, I will be using my Cricut fabric mat simply because I need to replace my standard grip. So this is like a brand new fabric mat. Haven't used it yet. I figured why not make use of the stuff that I already have before I go out purchasing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've had this mat for years, haven't used it yet. Anywho, once you are 100% sure that your image is dry, you can go ahead and apply the image to the mat face up. And then you're going to line it up with little rolly things on the Cricut and hit the load button, which is that flashing arrow button. Once it's ready, the Cricut button will flash. That's your cutting button, and you're going to go ahead and select that button, and it's ready to go. And once everything's done, you're going to unload your mat with the same arrow button that you used to load the mat. Now, after I unload the mat, I'm going to go ahead and cut off this excess paper because I'm going to use this another time. And then you can simply peel it away. Kinda, sorta. So this is why I feel like I should have used more pressure. When choosing your settings in the Cricut, like on that pop-up screen, you have the option of using less, default, or more pressure. And I think I should have used more pressure because this clear printable vinyl is kind of thick. But I was able to get it off, at least for the most part. Some pieces I'll have to play with a little later, but it'll serve the purpose. I did also print and cut on a piece of white printable vinyl. It came off much smoother because it's not as thick as the clear vinyl. And this is what it looked like. Now, as I mentioned, I do brand all of my tumblers. And this is what it looks like putting this on the bottom of a snow globe tumbler. And I use epoxy-free products to seal the glitter on the bottom. And you can either use it like it is or you can seal it in. It's up to you. Hey, if you enjoyed this content or you found this video useful, then you are going to love my upcoming video where I show you how I make my thank you cards and how I double those thank you cards as my care instruction cards as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss out when I post that video. Until next time, bye bye. Don't leave me high and dry.